of a Mayan causeway right here. It's a Mayan causeway right here in front of us. Lead you from behind temple number 1 through group G, temple 6 all the way. The Sakbe, the Mayan causeways actually in those times were painted white to remember the Milky Way. 2012 actually has got to do with the Milky Way. 26,000 year cycle is the time the solar system takes to go around the Milky Way. We're coming back to the origins, center of the galaxy, the black hole, the black rift, actually represented by the hoop in the ball courts. We didn't know about this actually until 1957. The astrophysics was the one that coined the concept of a black hole. Started with the concept of the wormhole, and finally he coined the concept as a black hole. Actually, the ball game is a representation of the alignment that's going to be 21 of December of 2012. We're going to be it's a alignment among the center of the galaxy, the black hole in the center of the galaxy, the sun and planet Earth perfectly. We didn't know about the existence of the black hole in the center of the galaxy. It's been through the Egyptians, through the Mayas, through the Sumerians that actually we have found out the information back. And I'm talking about around 8 years ago, they moved the telescope Hubble into the center of the galaxy and reconfirmed the existence of the black hole. So actually, astronomers just register information of the last 5,000 years. Now we can talk, thanks to these ancient civilizations, about cycles of even 26,000 years. That's what is going to happen 21 of December of 2012. Actually is the end of the great cycle. So we're going to get into the group G. There is actually a snake that we're going to get in, a tunnel with the shape of a snake with the Mayan arch. Before I got into the Mayas, all this information was not available. I got into the Egyptians. Now I'm making analogies. Actually, when we talk about the Egyptians, when we talk about the Mayas, we're not talking about a certain race in particular. We're not, concept of races is actually a female energy, darkness. It's a concept of disintegration. When I'm talking about the Mayas, I'm talking about a big unification that happened here. All the wise people of all the cultures of the world got together and unified themselves. Is where start doing again. That's what we call Mayan civilization. I've been doing for the last 30 years research upon Mayan graffitis of ships with 3 cells. That is evidence to know, not to prove I'm not a scientist, to prove anything through this tour. I'm not actually a preacher to try to convince people. I'm just a spiritual tour guide that actually is trying to share some information that I have received by being for many years around here in the jungle in the Mayan cities. Sharing cultural information since I realized that culture became a necessity. We need to actually get back this information as much as possible. I mean, as soon as possible, in order to be prepared of the changes that are already started. So we're going to get into the palace to start getting familiar, but we already got familiar. The howler monkeys are right above us. and wants to be with us. Thanks. I love them, but it is not a good idea to stay under a monkey. And remember, it's not raining.
When there's fun.
They are ready for the commercial one.
Thank you. Thanks for the demo. We're here.
In Animal Planet, actually I saw a documentary where there is a group of people that feeds a group of monkeys with something like 90% of our genes. And actually these people wanted to feed the monkeys, but they were surprised because anytime that they think about feeding them, the monkeys knew it. They don't even have to talk actually to feed them. So they change schedule, they try to do some experiments. No matter what they do, they just have to think about feeding them and they know. That's the highest state of consciousness we are supposed to be. Because we're trying to be different from the animal, we're trying to be similar to the machines. Yeah. Einstein said it, technology is going to go beyond humanity. It's happening. We already gave our power to the machines. By depending so much on them, we're becoming useless and useless. We think we have no power ourselves. And we are the encounter between the macrocosmos and the microcosmos. Every one of us is a living Mayan calendar. In other words, we are the cells of God. We're going inside, please.